yes on what you're looking for.
Sean is a master. He teaches. It's not just about sharing the formula with you. It's about making sure that we learn.
I went from $100,000 in debt from law school to having no money and starting my own law firm on my credit card to selling it 4 years later.
Sean and I, we co-created massive victories in 2 unwinnable jury trials, which are recognized nationally now as top 100 jury verdicts.
To be even on the same track with you, who I respect and admire and love with all my heart.
Never again submit. You're not better and you're not less than any human on earth.
When you shared with us about the unblinded process and the mastery sales training, I just went, wow.
Sean will gain proximity to the most influential and powerful people. He will find out how he can grow their business, how he can help them personally. But the third thing that he does is the most important. Sean serves without an expectation of getting anything in return.
You have very, very high performing colleagues.
22 years ago, you transformed my life as you did all these people's lives over the course of time. And I couldn't be more grateful. Let's hear it for Tony Robbins.
I don't see him as a lawyer, and I don't see him as a blind person. Someone who has subjugated his ego, who has taught me what serving really looks like.
You have this incredible ability to just have unconditional love for everyone, and that is just an incredible gift.
The moment you have been waiting for.
The American Blind Association is the first new face and voice of that association since Helen Keller.
Formula for formulas, which is exactly what I've learned from Sean. It's a language-based predictable model. We will have over 300 new sales meetings this month.
This superpower in the world that is attainable for you is the ability to influence people. If you believe that, say yes. If you believe that, say yes.
Do you think that worked? Bella Verita, I do think that worked. It is fun. Friday, we're doing the things on the heart of influence. Let's rock and roll as we explore the superpower of causing yes, with integrity, of course. Bella, who's here?
Sean, we definitely have some extraordinary people here today for the Impactful Leaders Heart of Influence with Darren and Ammo. We got Darren in the house today. Ammo's got some things going on with his mom, may or may not be joining us. But kicking off this motley crew from Houston, Texas, pioneering strategic, driving scalable bioplastic innovation that replaces legacy plastic with planet positive alternatives. Proven team builder and operator, forming R&D into a high-impact commercialized solutions, focuses on sustainability, architecting, blending science, operations, and systems. Let's welcome to the show, David Bernard.
David, warm welcome to the Heart of Influence. Darren, Prince, Style on this Fun Friday, and David, Plato, the Greek philosopher, said, play a game with me for an hour and we will learn more about each other than if we speak for years. So David, we kick this show off with a fun fact. It's a headline. It's not a story. Bella for Stories packs her Gong Show like Chuck Barris from from the Gong Show.
Yeah.
It's an adventurous moment, proud moment, shocking moment, surprising moment. David, any moment that will make us say, David, no way. So David, please, what is your headline fun fact?
Well, to be frank with you, Andrea gave me a little preview yesterday and said you'll be asked what is a fun fact about yourself, and I've been thinking about it throughout the last evening, and I don't know if I have any fun facts. I will say that
David, anything in your life that you're proud of?
Well, I'm very proud of a lot of things, and
David, thank you. Next. Bella.
Okay. Great.
David, welcome to the Heart of Influence. And next up from Georgetown, Kentucky, from mission critical engineering to breakthrough coaching, helps founders and execs unlock peak performance without sacrificing well-being, creates dynamic leadership systems that replace overwhelm with direction, helping teams move faster and more intentionally. Known for turning burnout into breakthrough and stress into structure so visionaries can scale with flow, not friction. Let's welcome to the show, Drew Sutton.
Hey. welcome to Heart of Influence, Darren Prince Style on Fun Friday. And Drew, please, your headline fun fact.
So one summer, I carried a 10-foot bullwhip with me, and I got to chase off 2 brown bears.
That is outstanding. And how far do you have to chase them, Drew, before they
Maybe 200 yards. I was teaching kids how to backpack, and so I just had to get them across the meadow. And we couldn't have any sort of weapons because it was a Boy Scout camp, and so the bullwhip let me get the job done.
Amazing. Drew, I love it. Bullwhip Bellavita. Drew, even more frightening than a brown bear. I've come face to face. In fact, even more frightening than a bull shark in the wild is Bellavita. More to come on that. Back to you.
Yes, welcome, Drew, to the Heart of Influence. And next up from Boca Raton, Florida. Here we go. From Boca Raton, Florida, seasoned CPA valuation expert with 25 years advising middle market leaders on acquisition, capital raising, and debt restructuring. Founder and president steering a boutique advisory firm delivering high-impact financial merchant banking solutions, recognized for structuring complex deals that optimize enterprise value, reinforcing sustainable growth across private and public sectors. Let's welcome to the show, Milton Barbarouche.
Thank you.
Milton, warm welcome.
Yes.
To
Hi, Sean.
on Friday. Hello, sir. And please, your headline fun fact.
I didn't know I had to come up with one, but I'll give you one. I'm basically an investment banker and a principal investor, as well as I act as an intermediary. So I'm dealing with really complex stuff every day. People don't know how I take all this stuff that comes at me all at once. One of the things that people don't know, fun fact, is that I'm also a martial artist. I'm a 6th-degree black belt in Shaolin Kempo Karate, not from when I was 15 years old, but I do it at least 2 to 3 times a week. So that's something most people don't know.
Wow.
Well, Milton, thank you. Unfortunately, I was clipped technologically for a couple seconds, but Bella as well sounds like something
I
powerful.
cut you right off, right, Sean? Okay.
Yeah. No. The technology.
6th level black belt.
Exactly.
Oh, 6th level black belt. Let's go.
Yeah.
Ammo is here. We could throw down in the Kumite.
There you go.
Ammo. Let's go, Bellavita.
Let's go.
Okay.
Welcome, Milton, to the Heart of Influence.
Thank you.
And next up from Wyckoff, New Jersey, accomplished tax attorney and strategist with a proven record of creating IRS-compliant tax strategies that maximize long-term growth, expert in decoding complex tax codes to craft impactful estate and asset protection plans for entrepreneurs and high-net-worth families. Founder and speaker, blending legal insights with financial fluency to empower clients with confidence and purpose in every financial decision. Let's welcome to the show, Nick Agarkin.
Agarkin, yes. Hello. Thank you so much for having me.
Nick,
So my headline is that about 8 years ago now, I was in the process of selling my law firm here in New Jersey. And Sean, that's how you and I met. We met about almost 7 or 8 years ago. We were actually in talks for you to buy my firm. It didn't end up happening. Grateful it actually didn't happen because I probably would still be working for you. So now I'm back out on my own. I have a different firm. I have a different focus. I kind of reimagined. I moved from litigation to tax and wealth advisory, now helping people save money and keep more of what's theirs.
Very cool. Well, Nick, warm welcome to the Heart of Influence. It is great to reconnect. Bellavita, Nick's here. Let's go.
Nick is here. Welcome, Nick, to the Heart of Influence. Next up from Los Angeles, California, with over 30 years of experience, helps successful professionals, especially women and business owners, excuse me, take command of their legacy with clarity and confidence. Creator of a proprietary 3-pillar wealth optimization system integrating tax strategy, asset protection, and legacy planning to build wealth that lasts beyond a lifetime. Known for delivering more than estate plans, offers the priceless gift of control, security, and future intentionally crafted. Let's welcome to the show, Suzanne Daniels.
Suzanne, warm welcome to the Heart of Influence. Darren Prince Style, thanks for being here, Suzanne. And please, your fun fact.
Thank you, Sean. My fun fact is that I ran my one and only ultra marathon in my 20s. It was 35 miles, and after that, I said, "This is not for me."
Well, congratulations, because few people ever run a marathon, let alone an ultra. That's some crazy stuff. Belle Rita, you talk about consistency. Ultra marathon. Let's go, Belle.
Ultra marathon, that is some consistency for sure. Welcome, Suzanne, to the Heart of Influence. And next up from Las Vegas, Nevada, heart-led financial educator and best-selling author with 30 plus years of experience guiding individuals to lead empowered, purpose-driven financial lives, growth strategist and business builder who helped thousands scale by 300% plus and raise millions of dollars from mission-aligned ventures across real estate and healthcare. Trusted media voice featuring on major television stations, known for insight and for a passion for helping nearly retirees gain confidence through their education and smart planning. Let's welcome to the show, Carolyn C.J. Matthews.
Oh, one more time, it got all jumbled, please.
Carolyn,
warm welcome, Carolyn, to the Heart of Influence. Darren Prince Style on this Fun Friday. And Carolyn, please, your headline fun fact.
My headline fun fact is I have dived with sharks.
Yes, where and how many and what kind?
So it was several times. It was in Mexico and the Caribbean, Hawaii, and also at Disney World, of all places, in Florida. So it just, when you're diving, sometimes that shows up. It just seems to show up a lot for me. So, yeah.
Let's go get some sharks. Belle Rita, sharks abound. We may know a thing or two about sharks as well. Warm welcome, Carolyn, to the Heart of Influence. Belle Rita, over to you.
we know a few things about sharks, that's for sure. And next up, do we know if Genju is joining us or not?
Don't believe so.
No,
Okay.
she's got some equipment issues. So not this time, maybe next time.
Okay,
And I
so
will text
then
her.
that takes us to Los Angeles, California, international best-selling author and agent representing icons like Magic Johnson, Hulk Hogan, David Goggins, and the late Muhammad Ali, Joe Frazier, just to name a few, negotiating over $750 million in market deals over 30 years, 16 years sober, a global advocate for addiction recovery, dedicated to giving back, believing in the power of second chances, and improving lives through partnership with treatment centers and mental health initiatives. Let's welcome to his show, Mr. Darren Prince.
Mr. Darren Prince, an icon of icons, a leader of leaders. Sir, what's on your heart and mind today, Darren? Please, for these fine folks, and anything you want to share about a fun fact.
I'm going to go with the fun fact that you and I have, Sean. The first time we spoke, there was 3 commonalities in sports that just blew us away. One was the 80 Miracle on Ice hockey team. I remember watching that game with my dad on tape delay in 1980. Mookie Wilson being my favorite athlete of all time and you being there. And your bond with your father over Muhammad Ali, that was a client for 16 years.
And I think like all that's on the wall behind me.
It's all behind. That's what made me come up with the fun fact when I saw the 80 Olympic hockey team.
No, thank you, Darren. Yeah, I'm in my home library right here, and all near and dear to my heart. And Darren couldn't be a more heart-centered human in the world. Darren, shall we do the things, sir?
One more time.
Oh, I said, Darren, shall we do the things? Are we ready?
Absolutely. Let's do it.
Yeah. Belle Rita, please.
Yes, let me introduce my co-host.
Oh, let me introduce you first. Well, let's introduce Andrea.
Let me introduce Andrea from Nutley, New Jersey, our executive producer, the deal attorney, having led over 200 capital market transactions in the past 25 years, taking companies public in the 7 different ways to do so. 2 years out of law school, built a multi-million-dollar solo practice from her basement as a single mom with 2 young daughters, proudly serving for over a decade on the board of National Investment and Banking Association, helping companies get connected to thousands of members and funding sources, executive producer of the Heart of Influence, general counsel, and chief ecosystem officer at Calgie Law. Let's welcome to the show, Andrea Catania.
Lucy, your fun fact on this Fun Friday, please.
I hate to make my fun fact so often about push-ups, but before this show, because I had so much to do, I did 136 push-ups. That's the most I've ever done in my life in one set.
And Andrea is 30 years young, doing 136 push-ups. Amazing job, Andrea Catania. Congratulations. Bella Vrita, the lady doing the introducing, she started her career in influence selling crafts on her parents' front lawn as an 8-year-old. She progressed to being a 7-figure business generator in network marketing as a teenager, 19 years old. Who does that? Bella Vrita does. Then she was three-peating like Michael Jordan, except not in hoops, but instead as Nevada's #1 business broker. She was the first woman ever to be Nevada's #1 business broker. And in this male-dominated industry, take this, dudes, she became the youngest person, male or female, ever to be Nevada's #1 business broker at 24, 25, and then 26 years old. This woman then started to train the big boys and girls, Fortune 500 companies, and entrepreneurs. In fact, in 2019, this woman, every sales team she worked with doubled their sales. She's a skier, surfer, scuba diver, adventurer in the most extreme of conditions. Maybe she learned it from a blind man. Maybe YouTube. It better be a blind man. Today, Lucy. And then this lady also has been a philanthropist, raising $10 million plus with the Unblinded team over the past 2 years. And in 2023, this 2-time, about to be 3-time published author publicly battled and defeated cancer. Let's welcome to Darren Prince's Heart of Influence, the woman that put the heart in it, the one, the only, in her 1700th episode, like 1000 plus 1700th episode of the Heart of Influence, Bella Vrita.
Okay, so I really, Darren, have been saving for like 2 weeks to share a fun fact of a new nickname I came up with for Sean.
Oh my
But
God,
since
stop.
Ammo's not here, I'm going to have to wait for another
Thank
week
God. Thank
before
God.
I share. But Darren, yes, you can see it's going to turn him purple. So just wait for next week when Ammo is here. I got a new nickname for Sean. Y'all are going to love it. But since Ammo's not here, I'll just simply go with the fun fact that I in fact shark dove with Sean about 2 weeks ago in the Denver Aquarium. So I'll use that as a fun fact for today. And next week we will be sharing Sean's new nickname that he is so excited about.
Yes, thank you very much. Let's skip that. But yes, Denver Aquarium shark diving with you, Bella. An honor at the highest level. Of course, Bella Vrita, let's rock and roll.
Yes, there's no skipping that, Hoffman. Let me introduce the man that Tony Robbins said, there's no one who leads with more heart and more integrity than Sean Callagy. He beats world champions like Becky at body surfing competitions. He is only one of 2 attorneys. So in 2 top 100 national jury verdicts between 2014 and 2016, and the only one that's blind out of 1.2 million attorneys. In fact, the state of New Jersey actually named him one of New Jersey's most influential attorneys. He has spoken on stages such as Disney, T-Mobile, Salesforce, Tony Robbins 18 times. And when he's not busy flying around speaking on stages, he is an incredible philanthropist that raised nearly $10 million in 2 years for charities. Let's welcome to the stage, the one, the only, Sean Callagy.
Thank you everybody for being here. Thank Darren Prince and all of you warm welcome on this fun Friday. My fun fact is often that I'm a blind man. I'm blind, can't see anything in front of me. That's taught sighted people to ski, surf, and scuba dive in the most extreme of conditions, including Bella Vrita. But a professional fun fact for today will be this. 3 years ago, we would collect about $50 million a year for healthcare providers for underpaid claims. And one of my businesses, Callagy Law, now we're collecting $50 million a month for those clients. And we'll be up over 100 million. And I believe in 2026, we'll do $1 billion for the year. So that is my fun fact for today, Vrita.
That is a very rich fun fact, Sean Callagy.
Yes. Where are we going? Who is kicking us off in that participant seat?
I think kicking us off in that participant seat, Sean Callagy, shall be Drew Sutton.
Drew. So Drew, here's what we're doing. we're exploring the superpower of Integris Influence. Have some fun, keep this thing fast paced because we have an hour to get everybody in and out of here, making some cool connects and playing with the superpower of influence. But we're not talking Jordan Belfort meets Wolf of Wall Street. I don't know, meets, some Shark Tank stuff. We're talking heart-centered causing of yes amongst sophisticated folks. So to illustrate this, Drew, Bella's going to be anyone you'd like her to be. She could be, I don't know, an ideal client. She could be a charitable fundraising partner. She could be somebody famous like Oprah Winfrey, Warren Buffett, Muhammad Ali, God rest his soul, anyone that you'd want to be causing a yes with, maybe even Darren Prince, causing a yes with that would make sense for you. Now, quick footnote, this is not a sales pitch. This doesn't have to be a final yes. It could just be a yes, any kind of yes, to have a longer conversation. So Drew, please, who would you like Bella Verita to be that you're going from hello to yes with? Drew, please.
Yeah. So I was going to say Grant Cardone, but Bella, I feel like that your voice isn't quite low enough. So do we know Grant's wife's name?
I do. What is Grant Cardone's wife name? Anybody know Grant?
Elena.
Elena. Perfect.
Elena Cardone, Bella Verita. Are you ready?
I would like to talk to Elena Cardone about a black
it's all
invest.
good. Whatever it is, it's totally fine, Drew. Ready? Bella, you're Elena Cardone. Take us in.
Hello, this is Elena.
Hey, Elena, this is Drew. Thanks so much for taking the call. I know you're super busy. Quick question. How would you like your daughter to dethrone Dave Ramsey as the new financial face in America?
Oh, that sounds exciting. That is bold. I like bold. Tell me more.
Yeah. So I love what you and Grant are doing, building her a brand. And I taught my kids this crazy way to think about money. And it works so well that my 9-year-old actually invented financial arbitrage. She came to me and she was like, "Hey, does this work, Dad?" And that was the moment I was like, I think I need to share this with more people. But the problem is I'm an engineer and I don't have the reach you guys do. And I would love to partner with you all in your brand and give your daughter a flagship product she could sell. Is that of interest?
And so it's interesting. So what's the product?
So it is a new way. You know how most people do the envelope system for managing money, which is just how you manage money. Well, all the biggest names on all the biggest buildings in all the biggest cities are banks because of the power of compounding interest, but we don't teach people how to do compound interest. So I just told my kids, if you put your money in this box all week, I'll give you 1/4 of interest on it. Called it the Black Investing Box. There's a bunch of other stuff that follows with that. Works super well. I've used it with, I've taught 100 other kids how to do it, and every single one of them instantly grasped advanced financial concepts. And so I'd love to partner with you guys on that.
Fantastic. Well, it sounds very interesting. I'm going to have to talk to my husband about it. But if you'd like to send over a proposal, and then maybe we can schedule a time to sit down.
I'd love to. Do you have your schedule in front of you right now?
I am on my assistant, Kim, does all my scheduling.
Great. Put me together with Kim and we'll get a thing on and I'll get a box sent over to you guys.
Awesome. Sounds great, Drew. Great job. Great job. First time ever playing Elena. Great job, Drew.
Yes.
And then next up, we have David.
David, who would you like Bella Verita to be that you're going from hello to yes with?
Oh, okay. So we're role play. I didn't, this is interesting. Who would I like Bella to be? Anyone interested in helping a phenomenal company get off the ground? And I don't know who that person is yet. So I don't know.
Dave, this would be a potential investor?
This would be an investor looking for a very secured, collateralized investment.
Cool. Bella's got some cash, David, burning in her pockets. Let's go.
I just got my hands on Sean's wallet yesterday. So I got unlimited funds. Here we go.
Thank you.
Hello,
Thank you.
This is Bella.
Thanks, Bella. This is a pleasure. Thank you for your time. I am the president of NextGen Bioplastics. NextGen Bioplastics was put together by myself and my partner out of New York. And by the way, we're located in New York, Los Angeles, and our factory and main office is in Pennsylvania. We currently own a 375,000 square foot manufacturing facility with approximately $10 million worth of paid for equipment to manufacture bioplastics. Currently, our main ingredient is hemp, but we are now testing formulas with coconut husks, corn husks, and a variety of other plant-based materials. We manufacture plastic products, consumable products that are, number one, 100% biodegradable. Number two, they're 100% compostable. And I say that as a key point. And number three, they're also non-toxic. And as a kicker, they're also made with plant-based byproduct. A minimum of 50+% is plant-based. So it's a new way of looking at the world of plastic. And by the way, what got me into this industry, and I will mention this only because a whole bunch of you guys mentioned something about scuba diving, and I'm also a scuba diver, and I've been diving most all of my life, at least 45 years now. And yes, I've dove with sharks dozens of times. I actually got nipped by a 14-foot bull shark in Mexico. So I have the scar to prove that.
Wow.
But yeah. Interesting story. I'll tell you offline. But I was watching a documentary approximately 3 years ago, and it was in reference to the plastic island. If those of you that are not familiar, the plastic island is literally an island that's floating out in the Pacific Ocean. Currently, I understand it has a circumference of 20 square miles almost. It is approximately 14 feet deep, and it's basically consists of plastic waste. Yes, it's killing marine life. It's infecting our marine life terribly, and that plastic island is slowly making its way to the coast of California. I saw this almost 3 years ago on a documentary, and since then I've been amazed and intrigued by the problem that we've all created with our planet. And the planet Earth is in trouble. And this is really the first time in my business life that I've been involved in a product.
And I have about 30 seconds left, David.
That really is good. This is good for the earth. It's good for people. It will help in a small way alleviate a huge problem that we have on this planet today. With that, I'll let it go. We're looking to raise $10 million. We have approximately $25 million worth of liquid assets consisting of real estate and very high machinery, very high level machinery, and love some help.
Well, definitely send some information over. I want to save our oceans. I think it's very important what you're doing. So send it over, and then let's see if we can schedule a meeting.
Bella, I can probably help. So send that over to me if you can.
I will, Milton. Thank you. And I actually put your name down first.
Okay. And by the way, there is nobody in the United States that has a plastic that can deal with fluorescent light. Does your plastic solve that solution?
I have to be honest with you. It's the first time I've actually heard the question. So I'm going to say I'm not sure, but we'll look into that.
I'm still interested in the financing, but that's a sidebar.
All right,
Okay,
David,
very good.
cool. Milton, excellent job. So let's get,
Thank you.
Great job. David and Drew, some feedback from the feedbackers, Bella.
Let's get some feedbackers from the judges, otherwise known as feedbackers. This is a time that we get to give back in the form of feedback. So it's going to be 30 seconds of feedback for either Drew or David, something that they did great, something that they could do to improve, and then like a little scoring system as to what is that next step. Is that next step you'd rather go to the dentist and have a root canal than have a longer conversation with Drew or David? I don't think anybody wants a root canal on a Friday, but maybe that next step is just a little mocha chocolate and croissante for a little bit longer of a meeting. But if that's not enough time, then how about like a private dinner at, say, Capitol Grill with the seafood tower and the nice juicy steak? Unless you're a vegan, of course, maybe you're having salad and French fries. but you're not going to skip out on dessert because you want to have the longest meeting possible. And if that's not enough time, you're going to rent a private jet and fly anywhere in the world to have the longest meeting with Drew or Dave. So let's kick it off with Carolyn. Carolyn, how about your 30 seconds of feedback for Drew, please?
Drew, I think you did a great job. I would love to have seen you get to the what's in it for me, or how it would be helpful for the, Cardones, and why it would be so prevalent for them to have you become a partner. Also asking some questions around that as well. And one of the things is you're always trying to get to the next appointment. That's the way this world works. So you always give them just enough and then say, well, let's talk further. And when somebody says, hey, let's get, send me something, you want to make sure it's my secretary that makes, get the secretary's name, or am I dating myself? Get the administrative assistant's name.
Get the email address.
Get the email address. Like, if they're your gatekeeper, you want to be on Talking Friends, and then you call the gatekeeper and say, hey, Miss Cardone said to make an appointment with you, Sally, or whatever her name is.
Cool. Carolyn, outstanding feedback. Belvrita, Carolyn's dialed in. And where are we going?
Next up, we're going Suzanne. Suzanne, how about your 30 seconds of feedback for David, please?
David, I would break it up a little bit. It's very important information, but it's also heavy information. So I would try and make it a little bit more bite-sized for the person, especially someone who doesn't know you at all. I assume that's how it was. You could ask a little bit more questions about where their interest was to just gauge what you would emphasize. So yeah, that's my feedback. I thought it was solid presentation, but just needs a little bit more breakup to have a conversation.
Suzanne, outstanding. Appreciate that a ton. And Belvrita, I just had a quick thought. What if we ran through while I'm doing the reverse role play and put some Drew and David scoring in and see what our AI has to say? And I have a fun thought. Like, let's get scores and feedback.
Well, I wasn't recording them.
Oh, it wasn't.
Yeah, so we can't.
Let's see if Danny can help us just in the break for fun. But Belvrita, please, back to you.
Yes. So let's go, Nick. Nick, how about your 30 seconds of feedback for Drew, please?
For Drew, excellent job. First of all, I love the concept. It's actually a passion of mine to teach my children about financial literacy as well. The only piece of feedback I would have for you is perhaps ask more questions around pain points. So I think we came into the conversation assuming that Grant Cordone's daughter is interested in these kinds of products. So maybe starting with the framework I love to use when I'm sort of starting these sales calls is, well, what's working with or what's not working with? So what's working with building your daughter's brand? And they'll go off on all these other things. So tell me what's not working. That's where you're going to get all the pain points, right? And then follow up with, so would it be helpful if and then whatever you have to do, right? So this way you're coming at it as, well, I want to help her, right? I want to help her build her brand. Now, ultimately, she's going to sell your product, right? But hey, would it be helpful if we sat down for 30 minutes, went through kind of some of the things that aren't working, and maybe we come up with some ideas things that could work. So this way it's less of a meeting about them buying anything from you, and more of a meeting about how can I be of help and how can I be of service.
Well, Nick, outstanding feedback. These are some outstanding, masterful feedbackers today. Belvrita, who's next?
And it definitely is. Let's go, Milton. Milton, how about your 30 seconds of feedback for David, please?
I think David has an amazing project that he wants to do. It came across, he was either a little nervous or a little disjointed. He's got the facts, he's got the project, he has the assets. He's got to make it clearer why it's such a great opportunity for people to look at it. And because it's a bit of a no-brainer. in terms of what he has, because he's got a 300 and something thousand square foot plant. He's got $25 million in assets already. He's looking for $10 million. This should be very doable. So it's really his confidence level to, it's more what Sean does. It's not even that he has to ask for it. It's more explaining what it is and why wouldn't you be investing? You shouldn't be having to beg for this. You should be talking that he's looking for the right investor for this.
Milton, outstanding. This is quite the crop of feedbackers in this Fun Friday. I mean that sincerely. Great job. Milton, not Milton's first rodeo, Bellerita.
It is not Milton's first rodeo. Next, let's go, Mr. Darren Prince. How about your 30 seconds of feedback for Drew, please?
I thought Drew was great. I mean, I love the way he went at it right away with the Dave Ramsey angle. Let's create a young, super young, female savvy Dave Ramsey in the new age. I think, Bella, I loved your reaction when he went at you with that. And I loved how assertive he was too at the end of the call. Like, you wanted to schedule it now. It's a big mistake that people make. Yeah, sure, let me connect my system with yours. Lines get crossed, emails don't go through. When you're ready to close or get it to the next level, you have to take advantage of it when you got that main contact, being you, Elaine Cardone, on the call in that moment, and make sure it is set up, not 50-50.
Cool. Thank you, Darren Prince. And Darren, just for everybody's edification, you are in such a space of influence with humans. So just two quick questions, Darren. What do you attribute the fact that you're able to maintain relationships with people like Magic Johnson, David Goggins, Muhammad Ali, Joe Frazier, these massive elite folks that you've maintained such lengthy relationships with? And what's the charity, Darren, that you're up to in the world, please?
I think you talk about relationship capital. I've always cared more about them as people than dollar signs. And it was always about going that extra mile to build that personal relationship and get personal, intimate time with every single one of them over the years. And I think recently, coming up on 17 years sober, July 2nd, it'll be my 17th birthday. I think that's just taking it to another level and deepening the relationships on a personal level, because I think most people on this call understand now, as we get older, vulnerability and transparency has actually become a superpower in life as we get older. And I think we can live in your truth. And somebody like me can take his pain and turn it into his greatest purpose to touch so many people around the world. And with your incredible help and through everything, your organization has done with, contributing and helping to raise awareness, my Aiming High Foundation, 501c3, we scholarship, a couple dozen people every single year to treatment centers and facilities that can't afford treatment. And to me, that is what has given me a new definition on what real wealth is in life, what richness is in life, finding who you are on the inside and sharing that with the world. It's just an unstoppable feeling, because for so many decades of my life, everybody looks at the hoo-ha of the celebrities, and that's not where it is. When I'm long and gone, nobody's going to remember who I worked for in the business deals that I did, but it's the lives that I'm able to impact and the generational curses that I'm able to break. Because every single person on this Zoom right now knows somebody suffering from either alcoholism or the opiate epidemic.
Amen. And Darren, it's been a minute. So just please accept as a small token of my appreciation for you and everything happening, $25,000 from the Calgary Christian Foundation, my charity. I don't raise outside funds for that. This is just my tithing.
Thank you.
Darren, just a happy,
God bless, my brother.
Fun Friday, brother. Thank you for everything.
Thank you.
You do. Bella Vrita, going to serve some people. I have folks, as Darren mentioned, that my life has been very affected by alcoholism. Thank God I've never had that challenge, but certainly I've had family members with. So Bella Vrita, I was really nice. So take it easy on me. Let's go.
Yeah, right. For everyone, this is the time in the show that I have the honor and the privilege of putting my co-host on the hot seat in a scenario that he has no idea about, because I cooked them up as the show has been going on. Ultimately, Darren, you get to choose what scenario that we go from hello to yes on the hot seat that we put Sean on today. The 3 options I have for you today is I thought option number 1, Sean could role play Milton, going from hello to yes with Jackie Chan to a partner on a sponsored event to raise money for Darren's company. But here's the kicker. Jackie would have to do all of his stunts in Disney princess costumes. So that is option number 1. Option number 2 is, as you well know, Darren, I think, Sean multiple times has challenged Grant Cardone to an influence off, of which Grant Cardone has not accepted yet. Emily's got a lot to say about that, which Grant Cardone has not accepted yet. So I thought we could have a little fun with option number 2. Sean could role play himself, going from hello to yes with Grant Cardone to convince Grant Cardone to have his daughter be the face of his buddy Drew's financial company and box. So that is option number 2. And then option number 3, Darren, is Sean could role play Drew, going from hello to yes with Taylor Swift to partner and be the spokesperson for his financial box with all of her Swifties. So those are the 3 ideas I got for you today, Darren. Which one would you like to put Sean on the hot seat for?
I like number 3, just because I don't want to keep going back to the Cardone family, even though I'm close with Grant and we did put Tom Brady for his 10X conference. You can't bring him in twice. It's too much already. So let's go with the Taylor Swift and Sean concept.
Okay, so and then Drew, does the box like have a name? Like, does this game like to have a?
Yeah, it's called the Black Investing Box.
The Black Investment Box. So you're gonna play Drew, Sean, and you're gonna go from hello to yes with Taylor Swift to be a spokesperson for the box. And
yeah, and
I'm
Drew,
taking notes.
I'm sorry.
Oh, I said I'm taking notes. I'm listening, man.
Yeah. So Drew, it's the Black Investing Box. Is that right?
Yes, the Black Investing Box. Correct.
Investment or vesting? I'm so sorry.
Investing. ING.
Vesting. Got it. So I had it. Okay.
Yeah.
And the
and then who, Darren, are we voluntolding to play the role of Taylor Swift?
Ooh. I think we go with Carolyn.
Carolyn, are you up for playing the role of Taylor Swift today?
Sure, especially if it allows me to sing on tune, because
Yes.
that's never been a challenge.
And then Carolyn, I want to remind you that Taylor is very picky with what she puts her name on. She is very hard to convince and get yes from, because her identity, she owns the rights of all of her songs.
Karen,
her identity is very important to us.
All three
Take
Met
us in.
games in Denver, they're going to this weekend so my love and support, and this is what I get, Darren, on Friday. Thank you very much.
Unbelievable.
Unbelievable, Darren.
Unbelievable. Take us in, Carolyn.
Yeah, hold on one sec, Carolyn. Drew, just really quickly, so I did hear it. Tell me 1 or 2, just headline, why the Black Investing Box is going to recreate this world.
Yeah, so it teaches compound interest. Basically, I give you a quarter for every dollar every week.
Yeah, I totally am familiar.
Yeah. Because, all right, if you want to teach a kid how to play a sport, you don't give them a spreadsheet and a bunch of statistics. You let them play the game.
Got it.
The compounding investing. Yeah.
I think I got it. And I did hear. Okay, so thank you. So, hi, is Miss Swift available?
Yes, I'm here.
Hey, Miss Swift, this is Drew. We had a 3-minute conversation scheduled for today. Is it still a good time for you?
Yes, I have you on my schedule. I'm ready.
Okay, thank you, Miss Swift. Much gratitude. I know that you know who you are. I just want to share, I know who you are and what a privilege this is. So thank you. I don't want to pitch you. I'm not here to waste your time telling you things you know already. But may I ask, Miss Swift, what prompted you and your team to even accept this 3-minute conversation? And I will honor our 3 minutes, please.
I think it's important that women know and learn and gain control of their finances. And if this says what you say it does, I'd be interested in taking a closer look at it.
Well, thank you, Ms. Swift. And so what I'm hearing from you is the impact you create in the world. And I've read your book, I watch your videos, certainly listen to your music. I actually do. And so do my children, my daughters especially, is that you're here to make the world greater, to solve big problems and have massive impact, which you've done a ton of, and you want to continue to. Am I hearing that correctly?
Yes.
Anything I'm missing?
No, we like, depending on whether we consider this a charity or if we consider it a profit center, that would make also a difference.
Absolutely. So thank you for that, Ms. Swift. Quick out of roll footnote, Drew, is this a for-profit or not-for-profit?
It's for profit,
Got
definitely.
it. Perfect. Yep. So from that place then, Ms. Swift may share a few things that may or may not resonate with you.
Yes, I'd love to hear it.
Awesome. Okay. So Ms. Swift, this is a for-profit entity, and I'll come back to that in the end of why I think sustainable giving and sustainable profit modeling is so powerful. Come back in a moment. But Ms. Swift, you know, I know that energy is everything. That's how you've become a billionaire. And congratulations for all of the massive value and massive impact with a higher vibration you create in the world. What I'm also clear on is that kids who love energy, and all children do, is they're drawn to an energy of gamification. And we know that this is good for them. But what flavor does the medicine have? And how do we cause people, children, behaviorally to want to step into this reality? And as I think you're very clear, financial illiteracy is catastrophic in a capitalist structure. Some studies say 80%, some say 95%, so between 80 and 95% of Americans live paycheck to paycheck. That goes unchanged. With all of the massive abundance and value, the growth of the stock market that outpaces inflation, why would that possibly be? It's because of financial, not only illiteracy, but catastrophic insanity, even amongst high income households. So we made it fun, powerful, magical for kids to want to learn about compound interest, how money works, and most importantly, how cool they can be, how free they can be, and as they progress through the game, how heart-centered and good they can be as they learn money. So all I'm proposing to you, Ms. Swift, is to have a 30-minute conversation in follow-up. And I have a hopefully can't lose proposition. And I will demonstrate to you first how this is better as a for-profit vehicle than not-for-profit vehicle, because not-for-profit is less attractive and people who pay attention. So often we give things away, they don't. People don't accept it and participate in it. Second, this beautiful mechanism has a charitable fundraising give back as a part of for-profit. 5% of all profits will go into free financial illiteracy training for children and adults. And in final, some of our investors are massive fans and they know how precious your time is. So we put together a $100,000 donation to your charity if at the end of our 30-minute conversation, we go through our slide deck and answer your questions, you feel like we've wasted your time and this is something you're not interested in. So the worst case is, and I know your time is worth even more than that, but it'll be $100,000 for your charity, or we may have something really magical to talk about. So Ms. Swift, how would it resonate with you or not for yourself and or any team members and advisors to go through this 30-minute share and presentation to disrupt the tragedy of financial illiteracy in the United States of America? Ms. Swift, please.
I'd be interested in the in getting back together with you. I'd want some information in the in-between time. Just, you know, what does it do? How we could work together. Also, it gives us time for my team to research to see if there are other products out there as well, and how your product does compare since you're for profit. I do appreciate the offer of making a donation, and I'm fully willing to meet with you for that. And also just learning more about this because I feel this is an important topic, and I'd love to see how your product works.
Massive gratitude, Ms. Swift. I sent it to your inbox. So your team has it, you have it already. You will have an efficient 1-pager, an efficient 5-pager, and a 20-pager, depending on who wants to go deeper. But a 1-pager, because I know how busy you are, that'll give you the highlights, and then more depth in the 5-pager and the 20-pager. Anything else I could do for you today, Ms. Swift? Please.
It'll probably take us 2 weeks before we're ready for the next appointment. If you'll get with my administrative assistant, he'll be able to finalize out a time and date based on my schedule and my team's schedule.
Awesome. Thank you. And I'll set that up with your assistant, Tom. Is that correct?
That's right. Awesome.
Have a blessed day. I so look forward to this, Ms. Swift. I think we have something really special here. And thank you for everything you do in the world. Again, blessings. Thank you. Okay. Out of roll, let's go, Drew. How'd I do as you, sir, having a conversation with Miss Taylor Swift about the Black investing box?
I think you nailed it. I always show up exactly like that, Sean. No, it was great. I took several pointers in here. I loved that you pointed out the tragedy. I'm actually writing down the disrupt the tragedy of financial illiteracy, and because it is catastrophic the way that we do it when you're not financially literate in a capitalist society. So yeah, you crushed a bunch of things. Took a bunch of notes. Thank you.
Thank you, brother. Yeah, and I would also take a look at paycheck to paycheck percentages, average debt loads for people, all those things. Math, heart works, but it has to be coupled with math, right? Heart and math. Yes. So amazing job, Drew. And Drew, how was your time today? Wonderful job as you were in the participant seat as well on the Darren Prince Heart of Influence. How was your time today?
And I loved it. I loved getting to meet everybody. I love the game. It's a great time. It's always good to be nudged on your pitch, right? Going from a role play scenario, and then like even as I closed the pitch when I was doing it, I was like, ooh, I don't like how that sits. And it was great to get some feedback from you guys.
Cool. Well, we thank you. And we have some more feedback as well from our actualized intelligence, not AI. We have create some real cool stuff. So we'll get some additional feedback for you. Thank you for that. And Carolyn, thanks for jumping in as Taylor Swift. You sounded very Taylor Swift official and masterful on the great feedback you gave as well in that feedback receipt. And Carolyn, how was your time today on the Darren Prince Heart of Influence?
I found this absolutely fascinating. I loved meeting everybody here, and look forward to connecting with them all as we go forward. This is very valuable to me. Thank you.
Oh, thank you. And you've joined more than 8,000 people that have been on the show, Carolyn. So welcome to the ecosystem of the Heart of Influence, and thank you. David, so impressed by the heart, the vision of what you're up to. As a person, a blind man that surfs 75 days a year, I've scuba dove more than 500 times, with a daughter who's a wildlife ecology major about to begin teaching at a collegiate level, and as she goes through her master's program. Thank you for the impact, the heart you bring, and how was your time with us today, David, on the Darren Prince Heart of Influence?
This was truly wonderful. I had no idea what to expect, but it was a lot of fun. And the feedback I received was excellent, to the point, and I thank you all for your time.
Yeah, and David, forgive me for a hair of crispness at the beginning. One of the things I've done with 1,700 episodes, how goes the first conversation is how goes it all. And if we get a little loose with the opening introduction and fun fact, it actually makes the show go over by about 15 minutes. We've got this down to a science. So again, thank you so much. And I was just trying to really model it and pace it. So thank you.
Understood completely.
Yeah, thank you. And I mean that, I didn't want it to land, challengingly. So, but really, thank you. And I really am impressed by what you're up to. So thank you. Bella Verita, please.
Let's go with our friend Suzanne. Hopefully this was way less painful than running an ultra marathon. And how was your time with us on the Heart of Influence?
I thoroughly enjoyed it. It's good to meet fellow professionals. So yes, it was good. And also to give feedback and also learn from the feedback given to others.
Yes. And fun, Suzanne, is one of Darren Prince's clients, David Goggins, ran a 100-mile ultra marathon on no training. He was drinking protein drinks while he did it. That's in David Goggins' book, and almost killed himself in the process. So I thought that was also a ancillary fun fact, as you were an ultra marathon runner yourself.
I've only run one race.
Nice. But thank God that you did not drink protein drinks in a 100-mile ultra marathon. So, Bella Vreda, please.
Let's go. Milton, I tried to get you hanging out with Jackie Chan in Disney costumes. Not going to fly today. I tried, but how was your time with us on the Heart of Influence?
It was great. Sean, I thought you did an amazing job doing the sell, and really Taylor Swift did an amazing job too. So it was a lot of fun. And one thing I have to say for Drew, you should really look into the competition. Your product could sell in toy stores. Because there are competing products, but I think there's a market niche. This is a bit of a semi-crowded field already. I've done work in it before with a company out of Wisconsin, from the University of Wisconsin, but called Banking on Kids. But this is a very simple idea that could sell as a toy. So, but just you should talk about competition in your pitch.
Milton, thank you.
Got it. Yeah.
Thank you,
Thank you,
Milton,
man.
for bringing your mastery and your eloquence here today. Really, thank you.
Oh, thank you. My pleasure. Thank you all.
Generosity of your feedback and advice. Thank you. Bella.
And let's go to Nick, who almost was a Caligula, but not. But Nick, how was your time at the Heart of Influence?
Yeah, this was great, guys. Thanks so much for having me. Andrea and I met 2 days ago, so I had no idea what to expect. So happy to be here and happy to have participated.
Cool. Well, thank you for that, Nick. Great job. Great reconnecting. And Bella, does that bring us to the one and only?
We've got Darren and we got Andrea.
Yes. So AC, just quick final. I know we're at time. Please.
Unmute Andrea. Come on.
My takeaways are vulnerability from Darren and from you, heart and math. And I just loved all of the feedback and everyone really opening up and taking away something from this incredible shared experience that's like nothing else. No other podcast, no other pod show like this. Back over to you, Sean.
Thank you, Andrea, and for everything that you do to make this possible. Mr. Darren Prince, gratitude, sir, for your presence. And please, Darren, your final on your Heart of Influence.
Every one of these is a special one. Like I said, I'm honored to be part of it, and I know how much work Andrea and the rest of you put into making them happen. But this was a really special crew. I mean, there's no doubt about it. Everybody nailed it. The answers were fantastic. Like you kept the feedback, Sean, that we were going on, and you made it extra special because we're going to be able to save another 4 or 5 lives out there with your contribution to the Aiming High Foundation. So God bless. I love you, Bella and Andrea, and thank you for allowing me to be a part of it and meeting everybody.
Darren, love you, and it's only the beginning, sir. I assure you. And there's blessings in abundance that are really flowing, and you're a part of that. And I thank you, Darren. Thank you.
Thanks, my brother.
Thank you. Let's go with this. Gifts, real quick. We have our group influence book, My Heart to Yours. There's nothing like it in the world. So you have that gift. Please use it. It's not a fast read. It's a textbook for you on your public speaking, leadership, and management. Off the chain. I wouldn't have written it if it existed. It didn't. It's yours. And second, if you feel something positive resonating here for you, have a follow-up conversation with someone on our team, and you'll get the feedback from our actualized intelligence on you on the show today. It is mind-numbing. Everybody's in AI. Everybody says it's different. This actually is like a gecko versus Godzilla, and we ain't the gecko. Bella Vreda, please, your final.
My final is definitely take us up on the business acceleration, because what we are doing with AI and what you're going to get from the show will blow your mind. So definitely take advantage of that. It has been an honor and a privilege to be with each one of you today. Love Fun Friday shows with Darren and Ammo. And tune in next week for the reveal of Sean's new nickname. It's coming next Friday. Tune in. Back to you, Sean.
I'm going to get a restraining order. Yes. So thank you, Bella Vreda. For everybody, we had every show by saying this. I may be physically blind, which I am, but I'm absolutely certain with the possibilities for acceleration sitting right in front of us for our missions. They're like right there. But unfortunately, Bella Vreda, at some level, we are all blind
and just learning to see. Bye-bye, everyone.
Great job, everybody.